Hey everybody, I'm wanting to be working on something, but I just can't really get motivated, get in the mood, so I decided to show some old stuff here. And I'm going to call this Fiat Friday because I have three Fiats, so I figured I'd bring them all out in one video rather than make a video on each one. So we'll start with the oldest, and that is this guy here. I love this color. It's a Lamborghini pearl yellow. It was a Gravity paint, which is really hard to get anymore because Gravity customer service is pretty bad. From what I understand, but I think Splash has a similar color. They call it the same name, but I don't think it's quite as pearly. I'm not sure. I think I have a bottle, but I haven't used it yet. But anyway, this was a Jimmy Flintstone body and a shortened up Revell 70s funny car chassis. I'm not sure what engine's in that. Oh yeah, it's a small block Chevy with a Hillborn style injection. It looks like I'm not sure if I put seat belts in that or just paint. I think I just painted the hardware. I just realized I'm not getting the camera where I want it. It's kind of hard to see inside. There, I think you can see a little bit better now. And tires and wheels. The fronts I know are resins that I got it picked up at an NNL show years ago. And I believe the tires were from not the same vendor, but also an NNL purchase, and I can't remember the name of the company. Back ones, they were just parts box. I don't know what they came out of. I know I've seen them before in certain kits. And I did the parachute cable, the release cable, all the way up, mounted to the roll cage. Doesn't have a lot of tin inside. It does have, I see a floor pan, but no firewall. Well, small firewall. It's not all the way down to the bottom. But anyway, I always loved this car. I think it just turned out really cool. I always loved Fiat fuel altereds from back in the 70s, and so I just have a soft spot for them. And the decals are slicks. I'm pretty sure it's got urethane clear on because that's what I normally use. And the body is just fixed. It doesn't come off. It's just all glued together. Okay, so that's number one. And the second one I did was this, the Bad Habit. This car really, I remember watching this car run often in the 70s, early 70s. It was probably one of my favorite probably the favorite fuel altered of mine back in the good old days. And this one was this is a competition resins body. I know they have a few Fiat bodies, so I don't remember exactly which one it was. And it slicks decals. The only thing I'm not happy with on it is the headers. I made them, I think. Pretty sure I did. And they kind of look like I made them. They don't look like a kit header. But the body does tilt on this one. I'm not sure what my location for holding it up. I think that works as good as any. And I tried to make this as close to the real car as I could, which I think had a Logie chassis. So that's a Johan, I believe it was the Pinot funny car chassis, and I modified it to fit. I made my own hinge system. I put the yellow fire bottle. I remember the real car had the same yellow fire bottle in the same location. So like I said, I tried to make it as accurate as possible, and I think it came out pretty good. This one I think has been in a magazine, Scale Auto magazine from the NNL East show. If it wasn't this one, it was the other one, because I had built two of these, and this one's much better than the other one. That's why I built a second one, because the first one I wasn't really happy with. It wasn't that accurate. but this one I'm really happy with. Need to get me a turntable here like most guys have so I can rotate it around. I'll close the body and show you the bottom of it. It's nothing fancy on the bottom. There you can kind of see the hinge. It wasn't anything real elaborate or difficult. I don't think the camera's focusing though. I think that's a little better. It wasn't a real elaborate or difficult hinge, but it works. And the last one is one I've built since I've been here in Thailand, and this was, oh, that hinges too, I believe. I didn't remember that. This was a resin body that I made. I copied off, I think it was a competition resins body that I had here, and it was just playing with resin casting, so I made a mold. I think this was my first body mold that I made, and the body required a lot of work to make it, you know, get it look decent. It's, you know, the first one you do, you usually have flaws, and I did in this one. But I think it's cool because it looks like a modern day competition eliminator car. I say modern day, but it's something that could run in a modern day, but it was more like something from the 80s. But I like these side wings. I always like them on cars. And I made the little nose on the front, and it uses the like the Pro Stock type scoop. Actually, I'm not sure if that does hinge or not. Let's look at the back. It's bad when you forget what you did. This is also a Revell 70s funny car chassis that's been modified. Not as much modification as the yellow one, because I left it longer in the front and put that nose on it. And this has a big block Chevy in it, I believe. Let's go into the inside here first. And I'm going to pause this camera and see if I can see if this body actually does tilt or not, and see if I can get it to tilt. Okay, yeah, it was just stuck a little bit. You can see the shifter in there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I scratch built that. You can just about see it. And it's the Pontiac, big block Chevy Pontiac headed from the Revell Pro Sportsman chassis. Or Pro Sportsman kit, I should say. I think it was the Rob Vandergriff Soft Seal 57 Chevy, either that or the Charles Carpenter 55 Chevy. I don't remember which one had the Pontiac valve covers. But anyway, that's my show and tell for Fiat Friday. And these are 3 of my favorites, like I said, because I'm a Fiat nut. Anyway, thanks for watching.